Hey everybody, Bradley's Fan9 here. We're here with episode 29 of Pokemon GO news and spoofing updates to keep you up to date with all the cool stuff going on with Pokemon GO, no matter how you play this awesome game. We got Mr. Peach sleeping up in his little box there. You can see by the Mac Miller poster. So as you can see, we got this cool little costume guy going. Well, I'll definitely tell you a whole bunch about this event that just started today. I was able to play it a decent amount, so I got some stuff to tell you. I'll be going through the last week of my main, what I've been able to grab, and show you the shundos and things like that. Then I'll hit you with all the Pokemon GO news, so I'll tell you about the changes in October that Niantic has made that I assume haven't gone over very positively, but I'll tell you about those pretty soon. I'll also tell you about, like I said, this Fashion Week event we got going on with the costumes, their availability, and things like that. Then I'll also tell you about the upcoming things coming in autumn, including the shiny Vulpix release. We will also touch up on the Moltres Raids that have just came out today, and a few other things. And then, obviously, like always, we'll switch over to the dark side, the spoofing topics, and I'll tell you about iTools. I recently finally made the RJ45 setup tutorial video. So I made a video, as you could go see right there. In the top right is the link. If you've had that and didn't know how to use it, I'd show you how to set it up. So good luck to anyone doing that. That's how I spoof iOS 13, 14. It works for both. But I'll cover up more on that later, and then I'll touch up on the other ways to spoof as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get to all the good content. Alright, let's rip through all the stuff I got through the last week in my main since the last video. So last video I left you off with those Articunos and the Clink, I believe it was, but I already traded it for candy. But as you can see, yeah, go away. We got some Zapdoses. Unfortunately, I didn't get a shiny. Hopefully some of you got your shiny if you were looking for one. I got some good IVs. I got a random Eevee and a random Abra shiny. But I did get a second stream shundo, so I named it Streamion for obvious purposes. So, like I've said before, go ahead and follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/BradleySman9, and you can come chill, shundo hunt, just have a good time, watch me game. There's tons of options out there, so it's cool to connect with people on there. So hey, stream shundo number 2. Hopefully we can get a number 3. So then moving on, we got more Zapdos. 96% was my best one for IV purposes. So I mean, pretty decent. And I got another one at 96, so that was the best I got for Zapdos anyways. But then I finally got this guy 30 minutes after logging off of a stream. Boom, found this cool purple shundo. I looked at a ton of them when it got first released. Couldn't find a shundo, but finally got one. Named him Rago. Really like this guy, and I'm holding off on evolving him because I might find a higher CP one that I'll evolve into the Gigalith, or however you want to call him. The cool Minecraft Diamond guy, but all the evolutions of this guy's awesome, so happy to get that shundo fam on the roll. Then I hatch a few things that I'm just going to trade, and then we get to the event. I'll tell you more on this later, but as you can see, I've got a lot of Smoochums. Trying to look for a shiny one with a bow on it. Went through 28, and boom! Shiny Smoochum with the bow, baby. So it is possible out there. As you can see, 515, that is the lowest CP you could find them at, because you could actually get this guy out of research. There's a research that requires you to spin 3 gyms or Pokestops to give you an encounter with a Smoochum, which is the first time I recall a baby ever being available outside of an egg. So you don't have to hatch him, you can hatch him out of 7Ks, but more on that later. But I did get a shiny. So that's the coolest, latest thing that I've caught. So now let's move on to what Niantic has changed since the start of October here. Okay, so next up I'm going to talk to you about the new legendary raid bosses you can see up there. The last of the 3 legendary birds from Gen 1, the Moltres. Its shiny is cool and pink, and I'll show you all the info right here. So as you can see here, this is the graphic I make for Pogo Shiny Hunter. That's my Pogo Instagram that I've started quite a while ago. And you can see all my up-to-date Pokemon GO information there. So this guy just got in here today, as I mentioned in my last video from last week, that he'll be starting on Friday, and he'll be changing on next Friday at the start of episode 30, which is a cool benchmark for this. For now until next week, you'll be having Moltres, so he's a flying and fire type. Obviously, the fire type You can see all the fire and flames. It's weather boosted in windy and clear weather. You want to look for the 2475 CP when you're hitting weather boosted and the 1980 when it's not weather boosted. As you can see for weaknesses there, electric and water will do some good damage, but if you really want to do some mean damage, use those rock types. They're pretty easy to come by. Those are the main ones, as you can see down there. Or, not down there, it's right there. You've got Rhyperior, Terrakion, Tyranitar, Rampardos, and Gigalith, all as double rock moves, so you can see that that's the kind of trend here, to use those rock guys. But you could use water too, because obviously water is good on fire. And you could actually use a Mega Blastoise with Water Gun and the Community Day move Hydro Cannon. So that's a cool guy to bust out there if you got one. If not, just use those rock types and you'll kill this guy in no time and be able to kill him with not too many homies. Probably 5 or under with good accounts. Maybe 3 with good accounts and you could dummy this guy. So good luck getting that shiny. He's cool in pink. And moving on to the current event. Alright, as you can see there, that's what we got rocking. That's my shiny luck post, which I post on Pogo Shiny Hunter as well. Don't think it's for likes. It's really just to give people the feel of getting some shiny luck. I actually double tap my own posts when it comes to those as well, because you just feel like you're getting some shiny luck. It's just to spread the good vibes. So if you want some extra luck to get those shinies, go ahead over there and check that out. It also keeps you up to date with information. So as you can see, this event's going till October 8th, 10 p.m. Pacific time. The new shiny is Kricketot. You can see its evolution Kricketune with the big mustache. Pretty cool. Not really different shiny, but is kind of cool, different still. And then you can see we got some costume Pokemon. We got the Curlia and the Shinx, both with top hats. Those were the custom ones I made. The ones that they have are kind of more like bowler hats, where they're kind of like round and shorter on the top. But tomato, tomato, they're a black little top hat. And I haven't actually seen anyone with a shiny Curlia yet, but I have seen the shiny top hat Shinx. So best of luck in those. Those are only available in raids. And then you can see the Smoochum up there in the top right. That's available in 7K eggs, as I mentioned, but it's also available as a research task that I mentioned earlier in this video, where you spin 3 stops or gyms, and you get an encounter with a Smoochum in the wild. So I believe I saved one here, so I'll go and show you right here. And once you do it, you get a Smoochum encounter where it's actually in the wild, not hatching from an egg. So that's pretty cool, and I was able to hit almost 30 of them within an hour, because there's actually a good amount of these research out there. So go somewhere heavy with stops and just try and look for those research, delete ones that aren't that research, and that'll be your best chance at trying to find a shiny one like this guy. So best of luck getting that out there. It's more than possible. I thought it was only going to be available from eggs, but with this research makes it way more possible. So best of luck going out there and getting him. And then last but not least, for the costume Pokemon, we got the Krogunk with the backwards hat. He's shiny out there. I've heard rumors that he's shiny boosted, so good luck trying to get him. I don't know if those changes in the future, but best of luck trying to get that shiny Krogunk out there. I'm going to go hard for the Shundo. Then as you can see there, there's also boosted spawns. So there's more Shinx, Mareep, Minccino, and Rosalie out there. There's also all 3 Burmies. They're spawning out there more as well. And if there's any spawns that I've missed, please feel free to correct me or add it to the sections in the comments there and let other people know, because spread the word. Community is great, so let's keep it going. Good luck getting these cool shinies in this event. And remember, that Smoochum is very possible, so go and try and grab it while you can. One little thing I should mention, there is going to be a free remote raid pass, only one available every Monday starting October 5th, going until November 30th. So one free remote raid pass every Monday, so look forward to that. Make sure to grab it. In my opinion, could be another 3 pass bundle. That would be more worthy, but hey, at least they're giving us a free pass every Monday, so look forward for that, guaranteed at least until November 30th. Okay, and then as for upcoming events, we got a little bit of news yesterday that came in with autumn event info, berry bonuses, and the Deerling release. So that'll be from Friday, October 9th to Monday, October 12th, 8 a.m. Pacific time. is the start date on that. Remember, Pacific time means in the Pacific time zone. That's when it'll happen all over the world. If it says local time, that means it'll happen at that time in different time zones. So different time zones will start at a different time if it says local, but if it says PDT or PST, that means everybody in the world will have the event start at the same time. So this is a weekend event, and the coolest part clearly is the new shiny. We get shiny Vulpix in the wild finally, the Kanto version. Ninetales, one of my favorite Pokemon, a really cool shiny. So I'll be looking forward to trying to go and hunt Shundos of that guy. Apparently berries are in the autumn season, so berries will be twice as effective, and they'll be dropping more from photo discs. As far as spawns go, they say these Pokemon will start spawning more. I assume it's just for this event because it's in the event section, but there's a chance it's just more so during the autumn season, but I feel it's more so just for this weekend event. So you got the Vulpix, the Oddish, the Sudowoodo, Seedot, Yanma, Zigzagoon, Pineco again, and Burmy Plant Cloak. So those are the shiny possible ones out there. And then you also got Bayleaf, which would be good for candy if you need Chikorita candy, and Stardust if you need Stardust, which is everybody, so it's good for Stardust. Then you got Hoot Hoot, Shroomish, and Fungus, which are all pretty blah. Not shiny yet, not good for anything, don't worry about them. But the other ones are pretty cool, Pineco especially. That's the one catching my eye, and the new Vulpix, obviously. And one more little thing coming from that, we got the autumn-themed Pokemon coming from 5K Eggs. They don't tell you what Pokemon they are, but like clearly it's probably going to be some of those ones from that list there. And then we also got the Gen 5 Deerling coming out, which if you saw my post from the unreleased shiny Pokemon, this was on there, and you saw that it had a different form for each season. So we'll be able to see the 1/3 from the left, the autumn version, and there's no word of it being shiny available yet, but it's finally going to be available in the game. And keep in mind, it's got 4 different forms for 4 different seasons. So if you're a Shundo hunter, keep in mind that's going to be 8 different Pokemon. But hey, fun to have cool different families like that one. And then they also add a little tidbit of a coming up event that'll be afterwards from October 12th to October 19th. 7 days is the normal week-long event, so that's what makes me think it's going to be an event. They haven't officially worded it as that. As you can see, that's their little riddle they put on their website or whatever for information, so I'll keep you up to date when more information comes on that. But that's all the upcoming information except for Charmander Community Day, but that's not for another 2 weeks, so I'll be giving you more information and keeping you more up to date on that on episode 30. Now let's switch over to spoofing topics. Okay, so now to get to the spoofing topics like I do, I keep you up to date with all the good spoofing stuff going on because I'm all on top of it. Big fan of playing Pokemon. Don't live in a good city for it. This is the way to do it and be able to enjoy everything else in my life. Everyone has their reasons, but we're just in here to have a good time. I don't care how you play. We're just here to enjoy this game. So, as far as spoofing goes, I use iTools. I've mentioned this many times before, but just to let everyone know, that's how I play. It's the safest way to play, and you have to buy a certain device, order it from a website, and then get it shipped to you. So it's a little bit of an investment, and it may be a little risky to some, but if you follow me, and I've been the guinea pig for many things, and it's been super useful for me. I've used it for months. That's the mobile version. It only works for iOS 12. That's the Bluetooth version. So that mixed in with the RJ45 adapter, you can use iTools and safely spoof anywhere on a device that has iOS 13, even a device that has iOS 14. I have tested it since my video, and 100% it works. I've got my other iPad that I tested on, and the RJ45 does work on there, so you could go and watch that video. As I mentioned earlier in this video that I made it this week. So it's helped a lot of people who are confused. It can be a little confusing. It doesn't come with instructions. So that's how you get all the Bluetooth iTools and RJ45 adapters set up. But unfortunately, neither of the options for iTools are available right now in the store. They are both sold out. So you're going to have to stay tuned and wait until they come back in stock, which is roughly at least once a month. Now, as far as people who don't want to go with iTools or want something else like iSpoofer, there's now iPOGO that has become more popular since iSpoofer died, and it's very easy to install. If you go and watch my 3 U tools video that I made, it's helped tons of people. over the last few weeks here get started with iPOGO, and it's worked for them. It requires a PC, but it's 100% free. So I don't have it on this device because I use iTools, but I've got multiple devices, so I try it on all kinds of things like my phone and my extra iPad, so I play it on different devices. And a few more things to add on iPOGO. There is a VIP option on there, and from my understanding, you have to pay for it every month. So I was holding off until the start of October, so I'll be paying for it now. And if you're interested in getting VIP, I assume it's around $5. I believe that's what someone told me. I'm going to be getting it either today or tomorrow, and it should be charging me now, and then will charge me at the first of next month. So that's why I didn't want to have it for a couple days and then get charged again the next month. But either way, it gives you bonuses. Like, it has a built-in gacha is what I've heard, which is pretty awesome, which auto catches Pokemon and things for you, amongst a few other things, but I'll keep you more in tune and stuff when I actually get it myself. But either way, there's a VIP, and I advise if you're thinking about it, now's the time to do it. And if you're also thinking, I don't have a PC, but I want a way to get it on my device, if you heard of me talk about IPA Store with iSpoofer before, there's something similar for this. Unfortunately, IPA Store doesn't have iPOGO, go figure, but you can pay a service which is $20 a year, which is cheaper than IPA Store was, called Singulus. And I've had more than a few reports, thanks to everyone who has told me about it, that it does work, and it's just like IPA Store, and then you can just load it onto your device without hooking it up to a PC. So that's the best way to spoof, either using iTools, which is currently unavailable in store, but if you got it, I've got tons of videos showing you how to set it up, and I'll be giving more videos and how-tos on using it itself, because it's a lot of fun, and I've finally had a lot of experience, so I've got a lot to explain and share to people. And then last but not least, for spoofing updates, we got the Androids. Unfortunately, I still don't have one. No one has shipped me an Android to try anything, and it's just like, iOS seems like the way to go if you really want to spoof, but if you have to spoof on an Android, there's, I believe it's called PG Sharp. If you Google that, I'm sure you could look more into it, and that's how Android users spoof. So good luck to you out there trying that, but I don't have any tutorials myself. And one more thing I should mention, the Victini, which I told you like before the month of September, was teased that it's going to be sometime near the end of September that they were going to be able to give it to us in special research. They took until the last day of September, so now you can go and do this research. And once you do this part, 4 out of 6, you'll get Victini. If you already have it from before, you'll just get candy for it. And then if you're wondering what's that after that, that's just more candy and experience for you. So that's the last thing to tell you about this video. Everything else, pretty good news right now. We got new shinies coming. We got a really cool event going on right now. We got different Pokemon Spotlight hours coming up too. Remember to keep an eye out for that Pikachu that I told you last week. You could always make sure to keep up to date on my Instagram, Pogo Shiny Hunter, and that'll keep you up to date with all the cool shiny news coming on to Pokemon Go and everything else. So I hope you enjoyed this video, keeping you up to date with all the good Pokemon stuff, coming at you with good vibes like always. I enjoy everyone's company. Remember, I'm streaming a lot more on Twitch now, so go ahead, go say hey and check out the stream and Shuno Hunt with me and things like that. Catch a vibe over on twitch.tv/Bradley'sFan9. So thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see everybody in my next video. Have a good week, everybody.